Welcome back to On the Road with Flora and Note, a podcast where we share our travel stories, personal insights, and candid conversations while on the road.
And today we are still in Zagreb, Croatia. We honestly haven't really seen the city much.
Yeah, it's
the
been
past 3 days. Yeah.
It's been more of like a work and hibernate kind of time for us. And we are currently waiting to go to the airport because we were flying to Dubrovnik today, but a late flight. So we thought, why not have a conversation in this lovely park and do a podcast episode.
Yeah, our flight is not until 8 and it's only 2 p.m. And we couldn't stay at Airbnb because we need to check out at 10:30. That's why we're here.
Just a quick reminder, if you prefer to listen to our podcast instead of watching it, we are also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. So the topic we decided to chat about today may be quite interesting to our viewers. It is about misconceptions people have about our YouTube life.
As a travel YouTuber.
The first one, I think, is people think we're rich. We often get comments in our main channel, Flora and Note, where people say, how can you guys do this for a living? How do you travel? And
how do you have so much freedom and time to travel the world?
Yeah, and what is your full-time job?
Yeah, so to be honest with you guys, we are trust fund kids.
I don't even know what a trust fund is. We're definitely not trust fund kids.
That's also one of the comments that we get. People think we're trust fund kids.
Yeah.
Like our parents rich, that's why we are able to do this. But no, in reality, traveling is part of our job. That's why we have the freedom and the time to travel.
Yeah, but it's more like we created this lifestyle for ourselves. It didn't just suddenly appear. We didn't apply for a job.
Yeah.
It was more like we were at a place where we weren't happy with our work, so we decided to leave Canada to go to Thailand, and then the cost of living went down for us. We decided to buy a camera to film our adventures while you were working remotely, and all of that put together, and us also working on our YouTube channel for probably 2.5 years before it really had some traction, and we decided, we got to go all in.
Yeah.
We have to put a little bit of risk in there to make this YouTube lifestyle a reality.
And before us turning YouTube into our full-time job, we were working remotely for 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Initially, it was just the freedom to work anywhere. It wasn't like we didn't have this flexible time where we can just hop on the plane and travel to different countries. Back then, we had to strategically choose the timing so that we can still have access to internet and be able to go on video call for work and stuff.
You are very kind to say we had to work remotely, and we had to have the table, the Wi-Fi. Actually, Note was the one bringing in the income. I didn't work for, was it 6
years?
6 years when we first moved to Chiang Mai, in Thailand. So he was basically working remotely, but making income for the two of us to live in Thailand. And money was tight.
Yeah, money was very tight.
Yeah, we would only travel in Southeast Asia or within Thailand because it was cheap. We can't imagine coming to Europe, for example. So that was kind of a hard time financially, but also personally. I wasn't working and I feel kind of like a bum at 27.
It was a team effort though. If you weren't there to support me throughout the years, if you weren't there to cook, to make the house feel like home, to make both of us comfortable, I wouldn't feel like this is a good place for me to work. It's not like I bring in an income and you don't. I consider it's a teamwork.
I understand what you mean. As in, I also stayed up with you. I also planned out our things to
Your
make
schedule completely changed.
Yeah.
I used to work from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. in the morning. and you
It
change
was-
your schedule just so that you can keep me company and
we actually can
make things
spend
easier.
time together, or else if I lived on a different schedule, we wouldn't be able to spend time together, which defeats the purpose of moving abroad and spending time together. So I think that's what I was trying to get at, is that we had to take the risk. The risk was we lose your stable income, but we gain the time, the freedom to travel where we want to travel to. We get to go to more countries to create more content. We didn't have to be worried to rely on the Wi-Fi, wherever we're staying, because you don't have meetings anymore. So that's the risk we took to create this lifestyle, which now is our full-time job for the last 2.5 years.
And because of that, because our ability to travel to different places with the freedom we have, we are able to gain more views, gain more subscribers from different regions of the world, which contribute to more income for us.
Even having, like, you not having to think about your old job, you have so much more capacity.
I'm so creative. Like,
Yeah.
my mind is free, and it's so much more fun working for something that belongs to you. Even though I think I put a lot more hours into our YouTube channel than when I was working at the job.
We work such long hours, but both of us, because we like dived into it together, we have the capacity now to really talk about things and be on the same schedule and be on the same page about things. Because I think before, when you were still working, it's like you can't really get your head into the YouTube because you still have so much work. So yeah, I think that risk was what made it happen, and that risk that we took to quit your full-time job was also the part that most people have the hardest time to make that decision.
Yeah. So we're not rich. We're okay. We are very wealthy in the 6 luxuries in life. We talk about that in our previous podcast.
Rich in experience.
Rich in experience, rich in love, rich in
slow mornings.
Yeah, slow mornings.
Like all of that. Yeah. So the second misconception about our YouTube life is everything sponsored. We recently ran into someone here was it in Croatia or Slovenia, where they were like, "Oh, you are YouTubers. So is your trip sponsored? Is your hotel paid for? Your meals sponsored?" And we're like, no.
That's the first question. Like, a lot of people, when we said we make content on YouTube, it's like, oh, so you get free hotels, you get to eat here for free, you get to travel for free, you get free tickets.
Yeah,
but
they think
the reality is not. We paid for pretty much everything. Well, we did do some hotel sponsorships when we first started our channel, because we were so excited to have hotels reaching out and be like, "Hey, you want to stay at our beautiful hotels? You just have to make content for us." And we only had a few thousand subscribers back then.
Yeah.
And it was one of the first sponsorships we had, and we just got excited.
I think that's what we thought this space was like. Like, we made the same assumption as that guy was. You are getting everything sponsored. But once we actually did those sponsored hotel stays, we realized it's not fun when you don't get to say what you want to say, and you spend so much more time talking about like your hotel.
What they want you to say.
Yeah, versus I really just want to show you guys the experience of the city. So that kind of changed how we decided what to do with sponsorships.
Yeah, it wasn't fun for us to film a hotel and they have a list of things that they want you to say and they want you to do, because it ended up being work. You don't get a chance to actually enjoy the place you're staying in.
So we made a conscious effort, I think, to choose sponsorships that align with what like makes us enjoy our work. So we don't do many hotel reviews or anything like that. And of course, like if it's a sponsored hotel, like we also would mention it. That's the thing. So when you see most of our videos where we like go to a place and we just mentioned we stayed here, I'll leave like the booking link or the trip link or something in the description. Like we pay for the hotels. We go to the restaurants, we pay for the food ourselves.
But we mentioned the links because we do get affiliate marketing from it.
And you will notice that some places I don't leave the hotel information, but that's just because
We didn't
I don't
enjoy it.
I don't recommend it. So I think that's my way of being like accountable for what I'm sharing is we experience something good, we'll share it.
Unless there's like crazy luxurious hotel that is like out of this world, once in a lifetime experience, and they reach out and want us to go and experience it, we probably, consider it, right? Because we can't afford it anyway. And
I would still like be very like
honest.
Well, I would just read the terms really clearly. Like I'm the one who deals with like most of the brand sponsorships, so I read all the terms in detail to make sure that they're okay, and I'm not shy to send a message back, be like that's like too limiting, or like we prefer to do this and do that. So I've now learned that you need to really read the terms and make sure you're signing something that you agree to, that you're comfortable doing, or we don't do it. And honestly, we have rejected a lot of sponsorships that don't align with what we want to do.
Yeah.
I think if you watch our videos, you'll notice that a lot of our sponsors are the same sponsors. We get them like every month or every other month, and I'm proud of ourselves for doing that, because we have a good long-term relationship with, I would say, at least 5 sponsors that you would see regularly on our channel.
That we really enjoy using their service or product.
Yeah, so we actually use it, and we are comfortable to share it with our audience because it's been a good experience. And building that long-term relationship, I would say, isn't always easy, because brands go to multiple, like so many different YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers.
Agencies.
And through agencies too. And for us to maintain a relationship, it means that we have to do the good ad. We also probably did a good job that our audience is curious about the product and will click the link to learn more. Like a combination of everything makes the brand want to continue working with us. And I don't think it's an easy task, but for me, that was my goal when I started working with partnerships, is I don't want to work with 50 partners. I want to work with like a solid group of like 5 to 10 that we really enjoy.
Yeah, and that leads to a question of how do we make money? First is YouTube AdSense, making money through YouTube ads.
So you see those like 5-second ads, or sometimes it's like 20-second ads that when you watch it and then you can skip, like all those 5 seconds builds up to some sort of revenue for us. And if you don't skip it, that's even better, because that's like better money for us.
And for those who has like premium account, we also get
a
small
cut
percentage from the subscription plans that they have.
Yeah, and even if people send us money through the, what do you call it, like the YouTube
Super thanks.
We also get money from Super Thanks, but we also have memberships on our YouTube channel. So it's just really like a couple extra perks for our loyal fans, and they pay a monthly subscription with different tiers. And some of them get like early access to our videos. So like all of those things combined is like the YouTube money.
Maybe about 40% of our income.
60%.
60%.
Yeah. And then we have also another 30% would be brand sponsorships, which is when you see we have like a 1-minute ad in the middle of our video promoting like the suitcase that we like or the tour that we like. That is also like 30% of our income comes with the brand sponsorships. And then we have another 10, which is the affiliate links, which you mentioned before. When you book a hotel that we recommend, you book a tour that we recommend, we also get a small cut.
Yeah.
From that.
And we seldomly do consultation as well.
Yeah, we've done a couple consultations with like new YouTubers, and it's been really fun. But yeah, it's not a huge income for us. It's nice to get to know people on YouTube and also reflect on our experience and share that with people who are starting their YouTube channel. So the third misconception is every day is an adventure. What do you think about this one?
That's not true. What you see on YouTube is probably 30% of our lives. We spend 70% editing, working, answering emails. Yeah, we spend a lot of time in our hotel rooms and in our Airbnb working on our computers.
Yeah, I think even when you see us going out to eat at restaurants and like eating around all of Rome and stuff, that is not like a normal day for us.
Yeah, we don't do that every day. That's why we can stay like somewhat fit, you know? We don't gain as much weight. Can you imagine if we eat like that every day?
I think we'd be broke, honestly. Like it's expensive to be eating out like that. But for us, we want to condense that experience because people coming here, like, for one, like they want to be able to research and see more things in one video. Like if we film just a normal day in Rome, like you're probably going to get one, maybe two locations that are interesting for you, versus we tried to condense it, give you like 7-8 locations that would be interesting. And also for us too, for us to be able to go out to film a video in a day versus we film our whole week. Like we'd also need the time off to work and to rest.
It's quite tiring when you go out dedicated a whole day to film, because it's not only you have to walk a lot and moving from one spot to another, it's just you're constantly thinking about what scenes you're gonna be filming, what you need to say, what are the facts that we need to learn from each location.
Yeah, and we have different roles too. Like I do agree that going out to film is like a really fun day, but it's also a stressful day because for me, I don't look through like all my facts before I go out to film. For me, it's I see something on the street that I think, oh, why is it like that? Or why do they do that? Or what is this? And then I'm curious, so I do my research and I try to share that information with our audience. And for you, you're also, when you're out there, you're like, oh, that's such a beautiful shot. I want to take all this B-roll for the video. So between us actually like talking in the video, every location we go to, we're spending a lot of time capturing that environment, that scene for the video. How much time do you think you spend editing our videos now? You're a lot quicker than before.
I'm so much more. I'm like 3 weeks ahead now. So it's pretty relaxing at the moment. But I used to take 30 hours for one video?
For like a 20-25 minute video?
Yeah, but now I think I can finish in like 8 hours.
It's so much faster than before. And before you started editing, when I was editing, I spent so much time, I think more than you, probably like 30 to 50 hours or something, because I like to watch every single clip, and that's not the best way to edit. Like you're very good at editing, as in like you see what you need and then you move on. You don't need to see every single thing that we filmed. So
now I'm the only one editing, and I'm enjoying it. I love editing videos.
And I'm enjoying it too. I only did it so we can keep going with the channel, but I'm not naturally a good editor, I think.
When I edit, it gives me this joy watching what we have done, like reliving the moment. That's my favorite part. Like I enjoy filming day, but I think I enjoy editing even more.
Wow, that's so interesting.
You can see me when I edit, and then every now and then I would giggle. And
Yeah.
he's like, what
You're
are you laughing at?
What happened? And the funny thing is we don't check our footage after we film. So we film something and you usually don't even look at the clips until
I edit.
Yeah, until a couple weeks or something. So we don't remember exactly what we did or what we said. So we find it so funny when we watch it. And
It's like a fun reminder of what we have done.
Yeah. And that's important to us because we ultimately started this channel for us, for our enjoyment, for in the future we get to rewatch these experiences when we're old. So of course we want to make it informative for our audience, but like our priority is like we had a fun day and we want to keep a lot of the funny interactions that are really like us.
I was thinking about it like the other day. We have so much memories that we created and posted on YouTube. And can you imagine one day when we're like in our 60s?
That's not very old, maybe older.
Older?
Yeah.
In our 80s? Going back and watching all the crazy things and the fun things that we have done together. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And even just to see ourselves aging through the process. Like when we watch videos from when we first began YouTube, we look much younger. People watching our videos probably don't see the difference. And I don't really see the difference when we see each other every day. But when I watch one of the older videos, I was like, wow, I look much younger. That's crazy. Or you look much younger too.
I'm still young. The other day, a man asked me how old we were. And I said, I'm about to turn 40. And he's like, oh my God, I thought you were in late 20s.
But you felt good.
I felt great. I can't wait to turn 40 because I want that reaction when people ask me, how old are you? And I said, I'm 40. And they're like, oh my God, you look so young.
So I think the fourth misconception kind of ties into the third one is people think that it is so easy to travel and film videos. This one I feel is a bit tough to answer sometimes because I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, you know, but there are moments where you just don't feel like it, you know, like we're out and about and it's not a good day. And I think this is more me. Like I get
like travel
emotional.
burnout.
Yeah, I get emotional or I get like hormonal and I can't talk that day. And, you know, you just don't feel good or you break out and you have like a big pimple in your head and just like, I don't feel like people can see or hear anything other than see that. You know, like there are days when you just don't feel good and you don't have the opportunity sometimes to not film that day. Like if we can, I'd like to film another day. We do that sometimes, but sometimes it's just you got to go out and do this and change your mindset to like this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like I need to get that negativity out of my head and just enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's not just that. There's a lot of factors that can affect our plans. We change plans all the time, whether it's weather, whether it's holidays. Sometimes we plan like a perfect day. We're gonna go film this spot, and 3 of the 4 closed.
Yeah, that happened.
Then we're like, oh no, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Then we have to come up with new video ideas.
Or sometimes I'm not very careful and I break our equipment. And then you're upset because you're like, why did you not treat our stuff?
Because you don't treat our equipment well sometimes. Our equipments are
Our life.
important. The camera is important, the hard drive. When when we leave the hotel sometimes, we put like a lot of things in our safe just to be sure. But sometimes we get small safety box and can't fit everything. So I would just carry a camera and a hard drive in me, and everything else I don't mind if they get stolen, because those can be replaced.
Yeah, even
The
our
hard
laptop.
drive with all our footage cannot be replaced.
Even our laptop can be replaced.
Yeah.
Our phones can be replaced, but the files that we filmed,
Yeah.
that cannot be replaced.
It's like straight from a movie. Like Mission Impossible, that the people are fighting for a USB stick because it contains everything.
Yeah.
The hard drive is our life. That's why we carry it
Yeah,
everywhere.
I think a lot of
I carry one, and then now I give you to carry
I
it
now
back up.
carry the backup. Speaking of fighting, that's the other thing, is people don't see that sometimes we disagree about things.
Mm-hmm.
So they think, oh, it's so easy, you guys are like,
Always get along.
always get along, never argue, life is great, it's so easy.
99% of the time we do.
Yeah, but we of course fight about things, because when we are filming, we're basically two creative minds having different ideas about how to do something. So we try to compromise, but sometimes it's like, I don't want to compromise. Like, we just want our own way, and we fight. And it happens during filming days as well. But of course, we're not filming that part because it's a normal conversation that we would have behind the camera. Like, some people said to us, you should put a footage of you arguing and fighting with each other. And I was like, why would I be like, hold on, when we're fighting, let me turn the record on. It makes no sense, but we get past it.
The good thing about us is that when we have some kind of a disagreement, it doesn't last.
Yeah.
So we might be upset for maybe an hour or two, and later on we're like, okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it was
doesn't
kind of
matter.
stupid.
It's kind of stupid. We have different ideas, but ultimately we want to get to the same goal, same result. So I mostly just let Flora win.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. But I like it when you let me win too, so I don't mind.
Good.
But it depends. If you say it in like a way where it's like, I don't like it when you say sorry when you don't mean it, but I almost feel better when you're like, I don't agree, but I'll let you win. I'm like, okay. And do you find that filming takes away from you enjoying the moment?
Not really, because I love filming. I love capturing footage and moments. If you were to take me to a beach and I don't have a role, I don't have to do anything, I probably couldn't sit there for more than 10 minutes. I enjoy going out with the camera, taking B-rolls, flying a drone. That's just a hobby for me. It's, for us, work is a hobby. I enjoy filming, I enjoy editing. And yes, there are some days that are difficult, but at the end, this is my passion. I get to do the things I love and be able to earn money from it. Like, I feel very proud of us to be able to create this life together, and also incredibly lucky to be able to travel and work. I always want to be able to travel to work. And not
You want to travel to work?
Not travel to work. I have been traveling to work for so many years that I hate commuting to work. Now I get to travel
for work. I agree. I've always looked for jobs where it gave me the opportunity to travel, but then now the travel is the work, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm happy doing what I do, but I don't think it's always easy. So what people think is not really true all the time. And I think I'm a little bit different from you in the sense that I think sometimes filming does take away some of the joy of traveling for me, especially because I feel the need to show people everything about a place. Like, I just want to give you like everything that I know. I want to show you all the tourist sites plus all the hidden gems,
all the information.
Yeah, everything. And I think that is a lot of pressure on myself, and that's why it takes away the joy sometimes. And you're great at reminding me that you don't have to be the perfect tour guide. You don't have to show people everything. We just have to show people what we enjoy. We would still share, the popular tourist attractions in a city, but we usually just kind of talk about them, but we don't spend too much time at those places. But we still show you, but we spend more time in the places that are less touristy that we enjoy. And doing that helps to bring back some of the joy of traveling for me, because I enjoy like the relaxation and the people watching, but I don't enjoy the lineups.
Yeah.
And the long, like the big crowds and all of that.
We're getting really good at it now. We're getting good at balancing our work in terms of when do we need to put the camera down and when do we need to film. And also balancing when do we need to just stay in a hotel and just rest, get a good sleep. And don't have to go out filming all the time.
The last misconception, I think, is more from the younger audience, is that we must have figured out life. We must have figured out everything, and life is amazing. But
life is amazing now
but
for us, but we haven't figured a lot of things out.
And I almost feel like a key to our current little success here is we never really set a very rigid path for ourselves. We didn't feel like we had to figure everything out. We just let things kind of flow through.
Let the universe decide our path.
Yeah, because you never know what is going to happen. Like, we just make an effort to keep choosing things that make us happy in life, and removing things and people and all that kind of bring negativity to us. And I think eventually more positive things start coming into our life and expand our horizons of what can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like since we became full-time YouTubers, we have been homeless.
Yeah.
We don't have a base. We don't have a house. We have a land in Koh Samui.
But even that was not something that we were working towards.
Yeah.
But this is our goal, to buy land and build a house. Like, it wasn't like that. We had the opportunity to find a piece of land. And
it just happened.
It just happened.
And we somehow managed to, put everything together and be able to purchase that piece of land.
But before that, we gave up our house in Samui to save some money because we didn't want to pay rent and pay hotels at the same time. But that decision made us be able to actually save more money for a year or two. And we also are not really big spenders on a lot of stuff. So we just started saving. But we're not great at investing as well. So we just kind of had a chunk of money that we started to save. And the land we looked to it as like an investment into our future. So instead of leaving it in the bank, it's like we have a piece of land.
But we do have a goal. We eventually want to start building a house. We haven't really done anything to make it a reality yet, but as we travel, we
ideas.
Yeah, gather ideas, and it sucks when you travel to beautiful places and you see beautiful artworks, beautiful decorations, souvenirs, and you cannot buy them to bring home and then decorate your house with them. And every time you look at it, it's like, oh, remember we were in Kazakhstan. We bought this in Kazakhstan. Oh, we bought this in in Korea. That's the thing that I miss right now is to have a house where we can collect our memories. Which it will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
And I feel like we still have a lot of time to keep traveling. And because we filmed a lot of places, I honestly would be happy to go again to a lot of places, this time not needing to film. And that would be our chance to buy souvenirs. Like there is that piece of artwork in Kazakhstan that we cannot forget about. So maybe one day we're gonna go back and find the artist and see what new creation she
When we
has created.
built the house already.
Yeah.
Well, we hope this podcast and this conversation cleared up some of your misconceptions about our life as travel YouTubers.
And now you can see that we are just normal people trying to make it work in life, and that we are not rich, but we are happy and we enjoy our job and we enjoy our lifestyle, and we are still figuring things out in life, and that it is all okay.
It's all on the road.
Yeah, basically.
Thanks again for watching or listening, and we will see you on the road.
Bye.
Bye-bye.